Hello people, it's Crack and Inspiration right here. So this is going to be my martial arts video where I finally take you through my martial art collection, talk about some of the films, you know, what ones introduced me to Tony Jaa and that kind of thing, and Bruce, Jet Li and all that sort of stuff. Bear in mind I still want to get more martial arts films. This isn't all done, but there's probably about, for some of these like 3 box sets, I want to, it's probably like 50. I'm not even joking. You will see now, there's some classics in there you'll probably know if you're a martial arts fan, some you won't. So yeah, let's crack on with it. Let's just start with the first pile. So the first one we have is Avengement. It's kind of a gangster one, to be honest. Kind of a gangster martial arts. It barely qualifies as a martial arts. It's more like the football hooligan kind of thing. You know, gets set up. Scott Adkins gets set up, sent to prison, comes out, takes revenge. But the reason I put in martial arts is because obviously Scott Adkins is an amazing kickboxer, martial artist, and it's still kind of got martial art elements to it. But it's probably the least one out of all of them that is martial arts, but nevertheless. And then you got one of Jet Li's ones, quite a weird one, but a good film. I'm not going to go into too much detail on all of them, but a good film. Another one with Jet Li. You'll probably get an idea of, you know, who I like. This one's got Jet Li and Jackie Chan. A very good film. The bad guy's pretty good in it as well, to be fair. But yeah, really good film. Another one starring the boy Jackie Chan. As you can see, a lot of them will have this little symbol on them, Cine Asia. To me, that is what true martial art films are. As you know, so that's another awesome one. As you can see, this one hasn't got Cine Asia, hence why there's not much martial arts. But then, you know, Scott Adkins is a very different martial artist compared to the rest of them. Then you got Jackie Chan, Jackie Chan, another one, Jackie Chan. So I know I do want to get more because out of all the artists, I've probably got his the least. I've probably got Donnie Young's the most, and quite a bit of Tony Jaa's and Jet Li's, but I need to get more Jackie Chan's, which there is on the list to get more. Some more of his classics. This is obviously an updated Peace Story one. I know there's the old ones, but this, which I did have at one point until they got wrecked. Really good martial arts films, but it's also got elements of action, so really good Jackie Chan one. If you know, you know, which is, I think what, in my opinion, made Donnie Young so popular is his IP series. I will be getting number 4 when it comes out. Love this series, one of the best martial arts films in my opinion of this current decade, if you could say that. And what introduced me to Donnie Young was this series, one of my favourite series, which leads me off to the spin-offs, which there is 2. There is the Master C one, which has Dave Bautista as the bad guy, and it stars Max Zane, who is a rival to IP Man in, I believe, number 2, and then becomes an ally in number 3. Other than that, a very good spin-off, very good film. There's another spin-off one which's got a son in, and it's set between IP 1 and 2, which I do want to get, but at the moment money's tight. But I do plan to get a load more when I got a bit of money behind me. So that's a really good spin-off. This one's a really good spin-off, and it's kind of like Donnie Young is basically when he's older. It's like kind of like his Final Fight tribute kind of thing. But again, nevertheless, good film, another good spin-off. So that's them. Yeah, that's just the first pile. So on to the next pile, which I believe just Tony Jaa. Awesome series, very brutal, very gory. This one is what introduced me to Tony Jaa. Not at the time that I realised it, because I watched Arna Bucker, and then that's how I realised that this was Tony Jaa as well. And so yeah, really, this is the film that introduced me to Tony Jaa. I just didn't realise it, but awesome set of films. Again, not one that is considered really martial arts, but it's got fighting elements in it, and it's got some martial art elements in it. You know, Chase, Channing Tatum. I believe there's a number 2, so I might get that. Yeah, decent film. Not like, you know, old school martial arts. The rest of them are pretty old school. Another one, Jet Li. A lot of weapons involved in this one. A very good one. A very weird one, I have to say. Very weird one, but you know, it's really good. There's a lot of good martial art with weapons in it. Sorry, I just got to find room to put these all. Another one of Donnie Young's one, Kung Fu Killer. This one's really cool because the bad guy basically goes after. Each guy has like a special thing they're good at. So you've got one who's good at using his hands, another one that's good at kicking, another one that's good at using weapons, another one that's good at using wrestling, and it's basically Donnie Young's character is good at all of them, which you would expect them to be. And the last fight scene is really good. It's a really good film and a good premise to it. I think that's the word. Now one, Jackie Chan, a very weird one again. A lot of big army fight scenes in this one. Again, it's based in Asia. That's the most popular martial art one. But very good. Kickboxer 1 and 2. I believe number 1 stars Dave Bautista. Number 2 stars the guy from, what do you call it? I can't remember. Game of Thrones, is it? The big dude. Very good, and I believe the guy who plays the main guy is an actual MMA fighter. So you know, this one I really enjoyed because I do kickboxing, and it's very different from the other martial art films I've watched and got, because a lot of the other ones are kind of old school martial arts and a lot of variation on all different kind of styles mixed together. Or Wing Chun, like I believe the the IP series is all Wing Chun martial arts. Sorry if I'm butchering that. But this one's just purely kickboxing style, a bit MMA, Muay Thai in there. But really good, really enjoyed it. Two very different films, but it's a double box set. So you've got Jet Li's Unleashed one, which is the one that introduced me to Jet Li. That's the film that introduced me to Jet Li. Very fast-paced, very brutal, very good. But then you got Faviourtes, which is kind of more of an old school Shaolin monks kind of vibe, bit more of the old martial art films. But nevertheless, both really good films. Like I said, Unleashed is the one that introduced me to Jet Li. Another one of Donnie Young's, I think, is very good storyline. It's about a dirty cop that goes bad. No, is it? Basically a dirty cop, yeah. So you got like a dirty cop that turns on the bad guys. Works for the good guys but then turns bad. The last fight scene, I have to say, is absolutely amazing. It's very different because the last fight scene is an MMA fight basically. Because they do wrestling, they do submissions, they're slamming each other through stuff, Donnie Young and the bad guy. So the last fight scene is awesome. One of my faves probably, to be fair. Along with the IP series and the Raid 1 and 2. Kung Fu Killer is pretty good as well, to be fair. Rage and Phoenix, probably the least favourite. Not because it's not martial arts, let's just say the quality is not the best. And the martial arts in it is basically styled off a drunken master martial arts, which is basically a form of using your opponent's skills against you, but you're also drunk. It's a very well-known, popular style. I think Jackie Chan did it in one of his Drunken Master 1 and 2. He did it, which again I didn't have until I got wrecked. But it's just probably my least favourite because picture's very bad. The fighting's good, but I've seen better. Yeah, but you know, still a martial arts film. Still got it in the collection. Now one of Jet Li's, and this isn't even. I've still got loads more to go through. That's what I mean. I love martial arts films, and I plan to get more. I'm running out of space. I really shouldn't. This one's more of a comedy one. There is elements of martial arts in it, There definitely is, but it's a lot more slapstick comedy, this one. Yeah, that's what I can say really. It's very comedic slapstick to it, but there's lots of martial arts elements in it. Don't think this one was done by Senior Asia, to be fair. That's probably why. But there you go. Last one of this pile, that pile. Another one of Donnie Young's, which is Dragon. Very old school, but it's a really good film. Really enjoyable. Another one that shows Donnie Young's skill. So yeah, it's another one. So, on to the next. So, Anabaka 1, 2 and 3, which this is the series that made me fall in love with, not fall in love because that sounds weird, but made me really appreciate and made me become a massive fan of Tony Jaa. Don't get me wrong, the Raid did as well, but this is the series that I thought, shit me, this guy can do martial arts. And obviously he does have no stunt doubles, no wire work and no CGI according to the back of that, which I don't know how true that is, but like if he does, that's cool. He's basically like the second incoming of Jackie Chan in my opinion, because obviously back in the day Jackie Chan done his own stunts, he was well known for it. He's just got a much more fitter style. He's got the signature move of flying knee is amazing, and a set of really amazing films. Number one, well, that would technically be number one, because that one explains how he becomes Onibaka and the beginning of him. But in the series, this one is number one, which is later on in the year, like later on in his life. But those two, Onibaka 1 and 2, 2 and 3, according to DVD's series, are absolutely freaking amazing. If you've got a chance to check out any martial art films with Tony Jaa in, check those two out. Like I said in previous videos, they used their environment really good. Like they use elephant and fight behind an elephant. The bad guy turns into a crow. It's just freaking awesome. They're awesome films. Absolutely love them. Next two, I can't really comment because I haven't got round to watching them yet. But two of Johnny, getting mixed up now. Jackie Chan's classics, Project A1 Part 1 and 2. Like I said, I can't comment because I haven't watched them yet, because I kind of try and take my time, because I don't want to watch all my martial art films in one go. Until I can get some more, I'm kind of taking my time and going through them. I've just watched another one. I think I've got those and two more to watch. So yeah, can't really comment on how I haven't seen them, but if I know Jackie Chan, probably freaking amazing. Another two set, Killzone 1 and 2. First one stars Tony Jaa, second one stars... No, number one stars Donnie Young, and number two stars Tony Jaa, and I believe it's got Max Sane as the bad guy. Number one's okay, you know, by Senior Asia. I don't think number two was, to be fair. One of the rare Hollywood films that did do a good martial arts film. But yeah, number one's really good. The ending's kind of, you know, unpredictable, because the good guy does die, Donnie Young does die. Spoiler warning, he gets chucked out a window. Which is probably why they recast for number two. But it kind of made sense to up the ante, because number two, the fight scene is really good, because basically Matt Sane's character takes on Tony Jaa and another character. It's just really amazing fight scene, the last fight scene, and it kind of steps up from this one. So a set of really good films. Another set of films, the Undisputed series with Scott Adkins. This is the series that kind of introduced me to him. Obviously from number two, because number one's really a boxing film. But that did introduce me to Tony Jaa White, who's another amazing martial artist. Really good films. Number one I'm not too interested in, number two is okay. But number 3 and 4 is where it really picks up and turns more into a martial arts, Muay Thai, and more story to it kind of films. But you know, it's the films that introduced me to Scott Adkins. He's one of my favourites now, because he does kickboxing, Muay Thai, two things I, you know, kind of do Muay Thai now and again, and kickboxing I do. So yeah, That's the Undisputed series. Another 2 box sets. I believe the first one is a special edition I've got. Not that I, asked for it. Warrior King. Very good films. First one especially because he goes, in the end, he goes against like 3 really massive behemoth guys. It's based around elephants. I know it sounds weird, but it is part of their culture. Elephants in India and that sort of areas are very important, are very majestic animals to people. So basically, this elephant gets killed, and I believe both of them. It's a different elephant in each one, or it's like a elephant. The mum elephant gets killed in this one, and then the baby elephant gets killed in that one. And he basically takes revenge for them killing this elephant. Basic concept, but the fight scenes are really awesome. I think in one part he literally does his signature double knee, flying knee attack he does through a window, and he just ends up plummeting through onto what remains of his elephant. His elephant gets turned into a statue. But really good films. Two of another box set, some more Donnie Youngs. This Iceman 1 and 2. Based on time travel, so it's a bit of a weird story because the first one's kind of like he gets unfrozen, he gets in a different timeline, has a friendship, and then goes back to his timeline, and you find out he was frozen with 3 other people that kind of framed him, turned his back on him, which then leads to number 2 of him kind of trying to go to the past and correct stuff and change stuff, but he learns he can't, kind of thing. The martial arts isn't amazing. These 2 are more story driven, but they are still really good martial arts films. So yeah. Triple Threat, one of my absolute favourite. It is basically all-star martial arts. You've got Tony Jaa in there. You've got Scott Adkins, Michael Bisping, Michael J. White. A load of martial artists in there. If you don't know who Michael J. White is, he appeared in a couple seasons of Arrow as Golden Tiger, I think, or Bronze Tiger. It's just a massive fucking all-star, and all the fights are basically amazing. One of my favourite films of all time. One of my favourite martial arts films, definitely up there. With like the Raid, the IP series, Unleashed, Anabaka. It's just non-stop action. Storyline's pretty basic, Good guys want revenge for their people getting taken out by the bad guys, and they're having to protect someone as well. Just a fight fest, just an absolute fight fest. The martial arts in it are unreal. It's just, yeah, one of my faves. Another one of Donnie Young's. I told you I've got a lot of Donnie Young's and Jet Li's. That's why I want to get more Jackie Chan. I have got a few of Michelle Yeoh in as well. Good old legend that she is. Really good film. It's basically, he's about a cop. The fight scene's pretty good as well. Not much to say about it. It's just, kind of cop story with martial art elements to it. But the last fight scene's really good. That felt empty then. Classic martial art films, if you know martial arts, which stars Michelle Yeoh. Very old one, but Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Very. Did I watch this one? Can't even remember if I watched this one. Chow Yun-fat, another martial art legend in it as well. Really good film. Just, yeah, that's all I can say. Cause if you know martial arts, you know that film. Legend of the Fist is basically a remake of. My phone went, but I don't know where it is. It's a remake of Fist of Fury, is it? Oh, just let me read it. Fist of Fury, yeah. It's a remake of that, basically, and it's Donnie Young's version. And he even does the sounds like Jet Li. But a really good film. Then got this one, which is Jet Li again. It has Legend of the Fist of Legend, which is again a remake of Fist of Legend. But Jet Li does it a very different way from how Donnie Young had done it. but they're still good. And you got Tai Chi Master, which is obviously, you know, Tai Chi and other martial arts film. And you got Legend of Fung Sun Young, which I think is like a legendary martial artist. 3 really good films, 3 really different films. And then another one Jet Li's, which I haven't watched yet, is Hero. I believe it's got Michelle Yeoh in as well. And it's got Donnie Young. Didn't even know that. No, it ain't even got Michelle Yeoh. Got me wrong. Donnie Young and Jet Li. Haven't watched it yet, so I can't be too much. But there you go, that is my DVD martial art collection. Like I said, I still plan to get more. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I need to stop by now. Let me just see how many actually I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 6, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49, 40. Got about 47 martial art films there, and I plan to get more. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like this little rundown of all the martial arts films I got. Hope you enjoyed. That'll be the end of the martial arts series, apart from reaction trailers, because the next couple 3 are martial art ones based, so they will be chucked onto the martial arts series. Yeah, I'm an inspiration. This has been Martial Arts and Me, the one collection films. Yeah, what you call it. Anyway, yeah. See you later. Peace. Bye.